So I bought a tour. I bought 2 tours of this castle. 2 tours of this castle, Hearst Castle in California. I've read a history book before that mentioned Hearst Castle and the construction of it and how impressive it is. So I figured, you know what? Let's find out. So we're about to find out. A lot of the people on this tour, I can tell in line, do not speak English. So that's good. That's how you know it's gonna be a good tour. They wanna see it. So we should too. So we about to find out. My man coming through pimping.
Yeah, sit. Sit. You want? I'll go inside the box. Baba, is this?
Absolutely stunning.
Yeah, I could tell from the bus ride in.
What do you remember most?
Everything.
Excellent. If we have any questions on the tour, we know who to ask.
Please.
Excellent.
Welcome.
Yeah, I find, but it's odd. This place often ends up in people's dreams. Mr. Hearst's favorite piece of property in the entire world. He knew the world pretty well, both as a publisher and his mom brought him to Europe for 18 months when he was 10 years old. This was our 56 years old, and he inherits the family fortune and this property, and he waits a few months before and says he's getting too old. It's lined in white marble and serpentine. Serpentine is that green stone below your feet. And so that's just the natural refraction of light in the water that gives it the color. We have the god Neptune in the center. Originally he would have had a trident, now it looks like he's missing a selfie stick. But
She said if you were a guest here, you could roam the land. I'd be roaming the land.
For 70 cents an acre. It's gone up since then.
What the rose's name is and what year it was planted.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
1943? Really? Wow. Oh my gosh, I'm tripping.
We have her facing the ocean and seas the rest of it. The wild men, think of them as like the Chewbacca or Bigfoot of that era. They're always hairy from the neck down. They're considered protective spirits. My house was the ceiling is 28 feet wide and it is purple marks on the.
What are these? What are these things?
They're called mercy seats. And
Telling you should start smoking because it was good for your health. 28, the Conqueror series, Brunswick tables, the diameter. All right.
I will note that things like chewing gum are not.
That's awesome.
It is.
They made me travel back down to go on the other tour because, like I said, I got 2 bracelets on 2 tours. I needed to go get some food anyways. I re-upped and we going back to go upstairs in the Hearst Castle. So we finna find out. The tour guide in the group behind us told me to spit out my gum in a very matter-of-fact way. And so if I see him up here, I'm going to formally apologize for having gum in my mouth. After he told me I can't chew gum, I asked him if he had a trash can on him, and he said no. And I said, well, we'll work together to find one, I guess. And so I'll tell him I found one, and I will formally apologize, and hopefully I'll get it on video. That's him. That's the one who told me to spit out my gum. He's the tour guide. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun.
Everyone, on behalf of California State Parks, I'd like to welcome all of you to Hearst Castle. My name is James. This is a museum, so please feel free to touch absolutely nothing. No other chewables or drinkables are allowed if you're on the hilltop.
I apologize earlier for chewing gum. I didn't mean to.
I'm honestly kind of surprised by people who think chewing gum doesn't actually count for that. It comes up pretty surprisingly often. But
My apologies.
It's fine. Anyway, what's the name right? So,
Is this thing real?
yeah.
It is? Wow. I'm just gonna keep asking him if random things are real. Let's see. Are all these flowers real?
Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
This is a forgery. The style used in the front with the angels and style used on the side of the lions were historically only ever used centuries apart. So you look into it from things like tool marks and so on. The term was probably made in the late 1700s.
Just realized that ain't nobody following us in the caboose, so don't be surprised if I slip off from the tour.
So sitting room, that maybe just be sitting by the fireplace reading a book or writing letter or poem along the antique writing desk, which was probably like the ones on either side of the fireplace. Or maybe just we don't have anything praised for that. Is a big short 36
Bless you. Are all of these books real?
I have no reason to doubt that they're not.
Yeah. Are all of these books real?
I have no reason to doubt that they're not.
Yeah. These are real books. We have no reason to doubt that they are not real.
So that was what people think. Because this actually is relatively new. Anything looked like had monetary value, ripped out, sell at highest bid. And cut.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Wow.
And Hollywood actress Marion Davies. They were printed during the time. They're not replicas.
Wait, so they're real?
Yes.
Oh
They're
my.
just not. I was added pretty quickly. Construction started in 1920. And the service had them start adding this third floor in 19.
If I lived here, I'd be trapping this thing out.
Alright, so I mentioned most of the ceilings you see on tour today are antiques.
So that's the real famous painting?
Depends on what you mean by that. I do know that J.L. Drone, the painter, is actually apparently a big deal in France, according to some French guests we've had here, at least.
Really?
I've heard.
I don't know much about French art.
I don't know that much either, to be honest. Those are some of the only French pieces here.
Really?
Anyway, so...
If this was my bedroom, I'd be straight snoozing in here. Psalm 113. Blessed be the name of the Lord, from this time forth and forevermore. From the rising of the sun to its setting, the name of the Lord is to be praised.
Look at that. I could like cycle for like 6 months with that.
Dang, yeah,
Socks,
that's
pants,
just the clothes right there.
Swim trunk, just the clothes, yeah. All the clothes.
Are you Sicilian or you mainland?
Nah, mainland.
Thank
No.
fucking God, I don't like Sicilians.
Why? What did I do?
Because they're fishermen, and I'm a fisherman.
Oh, you're fisherman?
I'm a Mexican.
Yeah, married
So
to
me and
Sicilian.
Sicilians do not get along
Fair
that way.
enough, fair enough.
He's machismo. You think I'm not machismo? Sicilians are the most machismo people on the fucking planet. Aside from Mexicans.
And you're Mexican.
We might be worse. Yeah.
Okay,
We might be worse.
So they're second best.
Yeah,
Or second worst.
We're somewhere, somewhere there. Dude, there's a way better place to camp out there. Fuck. This is not a good place.
Oh, we've got already a few recommendations.
Where you guys headed to?
He's going one way.
Are you guys hungry?
I
I live right down the street.
Really?
You guys want to come and chill out for a minute?
I'll come chill. Yeah, I'm down to
You
chill.
guys down? What's your name, brother?
Michael.
Charlie.
That's me.
I'm a Marine. There's not. You try and kill me and see what happens.
Pierre.
What's your name?
Pierre.
Pierre.
Bro, you are.
Let's go. Come on, boys. Drive your truck.
I did fuck up, and then.
Tell them what we on, Pierre. Yo. Tell
What's
them
up?
what we on.
Fucking California.
We've been in it with the Marines. Because I get a lot from this every day. And so I figured I'd share one of these Devos with you today. I got this Devo. It's called My Utmost for His Highest by Oswald Chambers. I got it from my brother Joel. Shout out Joel. He wrote me a note when he gave it to me and said, Michael, this Devo book takes 2 minutes or less to read, but you can spend a much longer pondering the nuggets of wisdom from Oswald Chambers. On busy days, I have started my day with this book only to have his words redirect me to a truth of God many times in ways I didn't know I needed. And I would have to agree with him. That really hits sound. Thank you, Joel, for the book. I had a friend who, when I told him about some of the interviews I've been doing, he said, man, I wish I had the courage to ask people questions like that. And I thought to myself, at first I was like, it doesn't take courage. And then I stopped and was like, it definitely takes courage, because I'm so indecisive a lot of times on who I ask to interview, because I'm so not courageous at times. And so it really does take some courage. But when it comes to talking to people about God, it takes some courage. But this right here from Oswald Chambers puts into perspective a little bit. So his title is My Life's Spiritual Honor and Duty. The verse that goes with it for this day is, I am a debtor both to Greeks and to barbarians. Romans 1:14. I am a debtor both to Greeks and to barbarians. So meaning to all people. He is a debtor. Paul was overwhelmed with the sense of his indebtedness to Jesus Christ, and he spent his life to express it. The greatest inspiration in Paul's life was his view of Jesus Christ as his spiritual creditor. Do I feel that same sense of indebtedness to Christ regarding every unsaved soul? As a saint, my life's spiritual honor and duty is to fill my debt to Christ in relation to these lost souls. Every tiny bit of my life that has value, I owe to the redemption of Jesus Christ. Am I doing anything to enable him to bring his redemption into evident reality in the lives of others? I will only be able to do this as the Spirit of God works into me the sense of indebtedness. I am not a superior person among other people. I am a bondservant of the Lord Jesus. Paul said, "You are not your own. You were bought at a price." 1 Corinthians 6:19. Paul sold himself to Jesus Christ, and he said, in effect, I am a debtor to everyone on the face of the earth because of the gospel of Jesus. I am free only that I may be an absolute bondservant of his. Listen to what Paul says there. I am a debtor to everyone on the face of the earth. Meaning he owes a debt, he owes something to every single person on the face of the earth because of the gospel of Jesus, because of Jesus being crucified to set others free. I am free only that I may be an absolute bondservant of his. So he's free just to be a bondservant to God, to further that gospel. That is the characteristic of a Christian's life once this level of spiritual honor and duty becomes real. Quit praying about yourself and spend your life for the sake of others as the bondservant of Jesus. That is the true meaning of being broken bread and poured out wine in real life. And although we obviously all need our own prayer for ourselves, and I know I definitely do, what that's saying there, quit praying for yourself, about yourself, and spend your life for the sake of others as the bondservant of Jesus. You can worry and feel guilt about all the sin in the world that you've committed, whether it was yesterday, last night, this morning, at lunch, whatever. And you can feel the need to pray on that and to reflect and all of that. And all of that is necessary. But we are all called on this earth as Christians to do one thing, and that is to spread the gospel, to be fishers of men. That's the true meaning of being broken bread and poured out wine in real life, by declaring that message. Right? Being broken bread, meaning that is fuel, that is food for others. It is our spiritual honor and duty. It's our duty. When you have a job, your duty is your responsibility, what you're expected. Right? My utmost for his highest, my utmost effort and respect going into spreading that gospel for his highest esteem, for all for the glory of the Lord, right? And so I encourage you all to be courageous in the book that you know to be true, to spread that truth among others, both directly by word of mouth, by sharing a little Bible verse, whether you think someone's a believer or not, or sharing a word of encouragement, or just by exhibiting that nature of Jesus, by being nice to somebody, by sharing something and providing for someone when they're in need, emotionally, financially, being there for somebody, having a meaning something for someone else, which would represent Jesus. And so I encourage you all to be a bond servant for Christ. He set us out of bondage of the things of this world, the things that so many people struggle with, the things that we're going to continue to struggle with. But he sets us free from that. And so now it's time to be a bond servant for Christ so that we can help set others free. It should be our life's mission. It should be our spiritual honor and duty. So, My Utmost for His Highest, great Devo book, written by Oswald Chambers. Read it, get one of these. It's great insight. It always pushes you to be better. Starting your morning with it, ending your days with it. It's just a good note. So there you go.